Hey everybody, this is my playthrough of the boss fight with Moder in Valheim. As you can see, I'm moving down to the summoning spawn point and getting ready by taking a frost meat that does frost resistance. This fight is special is in that Moder does not spawn like the other bosses, so you can't really deal damage to her before she spawns sort of in the air. And as you can see here, I am trying to dodge the ice attacks, and she lands on top of the hill, which isn't very good for me because she has no space to land beside the platform down here. And so I'm kind of stuck because if I move up the mountain, I use all of my stamina. So I start shooting at her with a bow. Really, though, a good thing to do against Moder in this case is to build trenches all over the place because of the ice attacks she used from the air. That is by far the most deadly. And as you can see, I'm going into melee with her now, and I'm hitting her, trying to sort of measure when she starts hitting me. And I am activating Bone Mass ability, which is by far the best ability in the game. Gives resistance to physical, slash, piercing, and bludgeoning damage. So here you can see I'm sort of fighting Moder on equal terms in that I don't really build against Moder. So I'm not building trenches all over the place to hide when she does the ice attack. And as you can see here, I'm trying to dodge it in a fair way. But you can build those trenches, and you can make the fight very easy, especially in this phase. And here you can see I almost die and have to take a health potion. The thing you need for this fight is to prepare frost meats and health potions. And of course, a bunch of arrows because she has a lot of life. I'm taking her both in melee and in range. As you can see here, I roll each time she uses the frost breath, but I'm really resistant to frost right now, so that's really not the concern I have. I am also, as you can see, I'm not really all that concerned with preserving stamina, which is kind of like a mistake in this fight. You always need to preserve your stamina when fighting Moder or any boss, really. Like if you're going down to 25% stamina, I would stop and wait for it to regenerate up. And as you can see, Moder has quite a bit of life. I take care of the ad that is flying in the air. And I am watching Moder here, running away from her ice attack. And moving up to her again to hit her. Blocking her. As you can see, for this phase, I have chosen to use a silver sword, and this is kind of a mistake on my part because the silver sword is so expensive to level up. But I thought it gives a lot of spirit damage. It gives a lot of slash damage. You can use it for undeads later on. So I kind of thought, hey, I'm upgrading it fully, but it's really very expensive, and in my opinion, maybe not worth it to make it. I would go for the Fang Spear instead, because it's it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and it's pretty cheap also. So the Fang Spear in the mountain biome phase is way cheaper than the Silver Sword. And as you can see, I'm kind of chasing Moder all over the place here. I have problems with getting to her fast enough before she lifts up into the air again. And this is kind of the thing with Moder. Like, one of the reasons the boss is so hard is that she has that flying element. And I really haven't upgraded my Draugr Fang bow. It's still at level 1. So I'm just going into melee because Silver Sword is the only weapon I've really upgraded. And it deals the most damage. And also, as you can see, my Draugr Fang bow has very low durability, which is why I'm trying to preserve it. And as Moder lifts up into the air here, she's gonna come back and she's gonna land in a very inconvenient spot. I'm using the tower here as cover for her ice attack. And as you can see here, she lands up on the hill, and I decide not to go up the hill and fight her because I would have to use all of my stamina, then you can't block, and she could hit you and send you down the hill again and deal extra damage. So it's really not a good idea to pursue a boss up a hill. And so I decide to use the last of my Draugr Fang bow to shoot her instead of going up the hill. And I'm almost out of durability on the Draugr Fang, which is because I haven't upgraded it, and it has very, very low durability. And I'm only using, or rather, I'm trying my best to wait for her to come down the mountain again, as she does here. And notice how I stick close to the tower here, because I'm gonna use it as cover. And my Draugr Fang bow is gone. So we're moving into the last bit of fight with Moder, and as you can see, my bone mass is gone. So I have to be really careful about what I do now. And as you can see, I kind of stop attacking, so I have enough stamina for blocking. And there she goes. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe.